Hi everyone. Sorry I'm a minute late. I didn't give myself enough time to eat. Hello everyone. Today, it's kind of choppy. Today I want to cover more about the scale use and just how to use it as a tool. Finding your best routine and meals. I want to talk about the beach bars, where they fit in, and just like how we want to set up our Monday. Intentions for the week. Hi everyone. Sorry I look so messy. I tried to get it together, but there was just no time. Hi everyone. Okay, so the first thing I want to address, sorry, my goodness. The first thing I want to address is in terms of the scale, a lot of you are seeing amazing success and you're dropping a ton of weight. And then you'll have one day. So a lot of people, I mean, you've only been doing this like 4-5 days, and a lot of people are seeing like every day it's going down a pound and they're really happy. And then one day it goes up 5 ounces and they're like, oh my goodness, I'm starting to get negative. Don't. You have to stay positive. The scale day to day is just information. It's just feedback. And you're always either losing weight or learning. You're always losing or you're learning. If the scale goes down, yay, amazing. Refer to your tracker. Yesterday was a weight loss day, and that's great, and you want to pin that and get excited about that. But if it goes up, learn from it. Don't be reactive. Don't be hostile. It's one day, and you always need to tell yourself, and you say it in your head over and over again, because it's true, I promise, and it just takes time to see it for yourself. But now I'm going to say it to you. You're not going to believe it until you see it for yourself, and then you'll know it to be true. But you can absolutely always lose weight just as fast as you can gain weight. If you can gain half a pound in a day, you can lose half a pound in a day. If you could gain a full pound in a day, you can lose a full pound in a day. So you always have to tell yourself that. I could always lose it as fast as I could gain it. Take a deep breath, refer to your tracker. Hopefully you tracked. If you didn't track with enough detail, then that's your answer, that you should just track with more detail. You'll learn from how much water you drink. Well, maybe I didn't drink as much water yesterday. Maybe my meals were veggies some, not veggies most. Maybe I ate at a restaurant and they snuck a lot of salty accessories and things in there. So you have to just realize you're always losing weight or you're learning. And day to day, it's amazing to see a weight loss every single day. But I mean, if you have 10 pounds to lose, 20 pounds to lose, 30 pounds to lose, and it's going to take a month, 2 months, 3 months, not every day the scale goes down. Some days it goes up for no reason, and you take a deep breath. You watch the video, the scale went up, now what? And you learn from it. And sometimes you need the scale to go up to learn what causes it to go up and help reshape your mindset on what you want to crave and have more often and what isn't really that worth it, and question like, why'd you even have that silly thing? It didn't really even do it for you. So you're always losing weight or you're learning from it, and you can always lose weight as fast as you can gain weight. So you always have to know that. I also really recommend a consistent breakfast. I highly recommend a consistent breakfast. I'm a really big fan of a consistent breakfast. It was one of those things I noticed with all my successful clients. Why are my clients so successful? I would study like all of my clients and I would think, who's the most successful and why? And I found the people who had a consistent breakfast, which were a lot of like businessmen I was working with or busy moms or whatever it is, did amazing. And they would say, well, you know what, it's easy for me because my life is so busy and crazy that having the consistent breakfast, helps me just stay calm and focused. And then I realized, hey, everyone has a crazy busy life and everyone's frantic first thing in the morning when the emails are in and social media's in and everything. And a consistent breakfast could work. And I actually broke through one of my biggest plateaus that I was in for a very long time by starting to have a consistent breakfast. And I personally attribute a consistent breakfast to what broke me through my last plateau, and which was a big one, which was like I was 145 for a long time and I thought I was stuck there forever. And once I broke through that plateau and I had a consistent breakfast and I really followed this, I got down to closer to like 118, 120. And I really think it's because the breakfast is your first reaction to the scale. And it's your first food interaction after you go on this scale. And the scale can elicit an emotional response, especially if you're not used to using it and you're just starting off with it. So sometimes we self-sabotage. And sometimes what happens is we say that, the scale's down, now I have more room to eat a bigger breakfast. And that's what I used to do. And I used to self-sabotage myself. When the scale would go down, I'd be like, oh, now I have more room to add this to my breakfast and this to my breakfast. And I realized it was just self-sabotaging and I was getting in the way and I was causing my own plateau. And then when I stuck to a consistent breakfast, I kind of eliminated that emotional aspect of eating, especially when it is already emotional, it is already crazy, it is already hectic and distracting. You really want something that is 50% protein, 50% FFCs. It has you staying full, it gives you good energy, and you're done. You could just stick to tons of water and then have your lunch. And it's really, really, really important. I really recommend this week getting a consistent breakfast. Shakeology works as an amazing part of a consistent breakfast because you have the bag, it's a monthly supply, it comes on reorder, and you don't have to always make sure that you have a zillion fresh ingredients to whip one up. So that's why I love Shakeology as part of a consistent breakfast. It is so filling and satisfying, and it also has so many added probiotics and digestive enzymes and stuff that are also a nice thing to have at the start of the day. So So that's why I really recommend a consistent breakfast. It really helps to overcome emotional eating and reactions to this. Also, a lot of our temptations happen mid 10:30, something pops up around the office, something pops up around your kid's school, you're driving past a drive-through, all that stuff. And it's really nice to know, okay, I have my consistent breakfast. It keeps me full and satisfied. No matter what the scale happens, it goes up, it goes down. I have that one great breakfast, sets me up for a good day, puts me in a positive mindset, gives me a great routine. And that way, when foods and temptations and silly things show up at 10:30, you tell yourself, well, I didn't need that yesterday. Yesterday, I was able to have my consistent breakfast at around 8 a.m. and be totally fine just drinking water till noon. So why today would I? And I really find it helps overcome temptations because it just puts you in a framework of this works, keeps me full, keeps me satisfied. It's something I look forward to having, and sets me up for a really good day. So I really, really, really recommend. It's also easy to track because then every day in your tracker you could just write same. So I really recommend a consistent breakfast. I also really recommend a consistent breakfast because a lot of people struggle with the weekends. So a lot of people are good Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, they tend to fall off. And I really, really, really find if you have a consistent breakfast that works for you Monday to Friday, like you have your Shakeology with your berries, your almond milk, whatever it is, if you have that Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, you have it too. You end up finding that there is consistency on the weekends. You end up remembering to drink more water on Saturday and Sunday because you're already in that habit. You have your consistent breakfast and you drink that amount of water. And it really helps you stay on, per se, on the weekends as well. It's really great to find something that is also travelable. So if it's eggs and fruit, whatever it is, it's something that can last with time. So that's one of my best tips for weight loss. I talk about it in the Plate at Breakfast video. It's also really great for overcoming the emotional reaction from the scale. So if it goes down, you still have your consistent breakfast. If it goes up, you still have your consistent breakfast. And it really makes you feel like even if it goes up, if the scale goes up and you have your consistent breakfast, it's but I'm back on. And today's a new day. And if I follow my breakfast and I go into my lunches, I'm good to go. And so I really, really, really am a big fan of that. The next thing I want to cover, and then I'm going to take questions, is the beach bars. Love the beach bars. They were not out when we were filming. So, but I love the beach bars. Beach bars are listed in the food list as a protein because they are so high in protein. They're 10 grams of protein for 150 calories, which is amazing. It's right on track with great proteins, even Greek yogurts are somewhat similar that are on the food list. So it makes sense that it was in the protein list just because it's so high in protein. And so that's why we put it there. But if you look at the label, you'll see it also has FFCs in it. It also has a good amount of fiber in it, and just about the same amount of protein as carbohydrates. So I like to look at it as a snack, the way it is. So I like to think water first, veggies. Okay, so like some snackable veggies, maybe like cherry tomatoes or baby carrots, you know, little cucumbers, and then have a bar, and that's usually good as a snack. A lot of people are asking, like, do they need to add the beach bar to an apple? First of all, you should never feel like you need to have the snack at all. It's snacktional. You should go about a snack always with the more sure model, like start with water, maybe have some veggies, and then have something that has either protein and or fiber, gives you purpose, and move on. And so the beach bar works great as that. So I wanted to kind of address, like, it works as a perfect snack. It could also work as part of a meal, like as like your dessert, or like added boost of protein at lunch or something like that. So I am obsessed with the bars. I love the bars. And I'm very excited about them, but I wanted to explain because a lot of people are asking, like, there's fiber in them, but they're on the protein list, so that kind of explains that. Okay, what other questions? Dawn said it's not working. What's not working? Oh, is it not working? Is this recording not working? Hi. Hi, everyone. Yes, Gina, you're either losing weight or learning from it. Always, 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 always. Erica, you started today. I'm so excited for you. People who started Wednesday or Thursday are already down like anywhere between 1 and 9 pounds. I got someone message me they're down 9 pounds, but anywhere between 1 and 9. I've only heard people having lost weight. And if you have not lost weight yet, take your time. There is so much to learn in the program. There is so much to learn in the program. And if you are not losing as much as you wanted to, just know you're going on the scale every day. So you're not going to see huge drops in a day. Even just losing 3 ounces in a day, you're going in the right direction and you're learning. And one thing we saw from all the test groups is that several people lost more weight in month 2, 3, and 4 than they did in month 1. So losing weight month 1 is bonus sauce. So if you guys lose 6 to 15, whatever plus pounds this month, awesome. But weight loss actually gets better and easier and more effective and efficient with time as you figure out your system. So a lot of you are asking me, how do I know how much protein? How do I know how to eyeball it? How do I know if it's a cup or if it's not a cup, or if should I have 5 shrimp? Should I have 6 shrimp? Should I have 4 meatballs? Should I have 3 meatballs? We're all so different. Someone posted, my bread is 150 calories for 2 slices. Should I have 2 slices of bread or should I have 1 slice of bread? Like, I personally find 1 slice of bread works for me. Some people find 2 works for them. It really is trial and error in finding your best system. Several people are asking me when they should be eating. So this is a big question. A lot of people are saying they work night shifts, or their kids are in baseball games, or they wake up early. And a lot of people want me to tell them what time to eat their meals. I cannot do that. There are 60,000 people who are doing the 2B mindset. I cannot tell every single person when they should be eating. I can't tell myself when I should be eating because my days are so different. I've never told a private client who spends a fortune for my private attention and answers, I've never told them what times they should be eating. We're all different. Every day is different. I like to have my breakfast somewhere in between, 6:45 and 7:45. I try to have my lunches somewhere between 11:30 and 1:30. I try to have my dinner somewhere between 5:30 and 7, but like every day is different. You have to take your tracker and you have to write it in. I've worked with a lot of overnight nurses. We have a lot of people who are working overnight shifts. You gotta just look at it of like, what are your waking hours? How can you schedule in your breakfast, your definition of breakfast, lunch, and dinner into it? A lot of people who work overnight shifts are asking when they should use the scale. You want to use a scale first thing in the morning, but if you're working an overnight shift or whatever that is, the goal is to use the scale after about at least like 10 hours of just not eating. So it really should be like after waking up, after your dinner and done, that's your driest weight. You've gone to the bathroom, your food is digested. So everyone's different. And that's why in the tracker, last minute, I was like, we need to include a time space because a lot of people find earlier dinners help people with weight loss. Pushing off lunches or having a snack at a certain time really help with weight losses. Writing in your time in the tracker is what's going to get you realizing what works best for you. So a lot of people are asking, like, my day is going to be hectic. I have a meeting then. I like to work out at this hour and this hour. You have to use your tracker and you have to figure out your best system. A lot of people like to exercise first thing in the morning. So some people are asking me, I exercise at 5. Should I be eating something before and something after? Everyone's different because some people like to work out with just water in their system. I know a lot of people who like to have what they call like a fasted workout. They just like to drink water before their morning workout, and then they like to have a plate of breakfast. Other people like to split it up. They like to have their FFC before their workout, like an apple before the workout, and then they like to have like Shakeology right after the workout and split up their breakfast. Other people like to do everything before. They like to have the full plate of breakfast before their workout and then just drink tons of water afterwards. All good. I find for me, it kind of depends on what time my class is and when I work out. So everyone is different. Everyone has to figure out their best system. So you really just have to trust the process. It's only been a couple of days. You got to kind of give it trial and error, and you got to keep just whatever you do, you have to track it. So whatever times you're eating, whatever water you're drinking, whenever you are having your meals, whatever you are trying, you have to track it because you're going to learn best from yourself. And that's the most empowering part of this program is you're not going to be dependent on me being on your shoulder, telling you precisely prescriptive what to do every minute. You're going to start to figure out your best system, and that's the best part. A lot of people are asking me, they have hypothyroid. Like, does that mean they need to make any modifications to the program? Unless your doctor told you a specific thyroid modification you should make, you do not, from my opinion, I don't know your condition, you have to speak to your doctor, but you shouldn't have to make any modifications, to my knowledge, to this program in order to lose a lot of weight. So you have to speak to your doctor, see what modifications they would want you to make, but we've had dozens and dozens and dozens of people within the test groups with all different kinds of thyroid issues who lost immense amounts of weight following the program. That's all I can say about that. Okay. Someone's saying, is it okay to drink tons of water? I've spoken to a lot of doctors on this subject. Most doctors would agree, even kidney doctors, nephrologists will agree that it's usually a lot more dangerous when people drink too little water than too much. Usually over drinking water is most dangerous for like athletes who who are sweating profusely and aren't replenishing electrolytes. If you're someone who's sweating profusely and exercising a lot, you want to maybe add Beachbody Performance Hydrate so you get those added electrolytes. But you know, you can totally drink water safely and follow our minimum recommendations, but you always need to add more water with exercise, stress, if you live in a hot place and you're sweating a lot, or if you're just someone who wears a lot of layers and just like sweats a lot. More water, more weight loss, and you're good. If you're a breastfeeding woman or you're pregnant, you need a lot more water. Okay, so or if you're someone who's just like hungry and like you're eating big satisfying meals, you're sticking to plate it, just use that More Sure model and really make sure like you are filling up on water. Okay, questions. A lot of people are asking me how to fit in my Wonder Whips. I love the Wonder Whips. You guys know I love the Wonder Whips. If you follow me on Instagram, I make them all the time. Wonder Whips are protein. So it's Greek yogurt. So if you guys don't know what Wonder Whips are, you can go YouTube Alana Molstein Wonder Whips, or maybe just Molstein Wonder Whips, and you can find my Wonder Whip recipes. They're also on my Instagram account, which is Alana Molstein RD. My Wonder Whips, I mix like Greek yogurt with different things and make them taste really delicious. The Greek yogurt in and of itself is a protein. It depends what you add to it. So you can have Wonder Whips for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If you whip in fruit or whip in bran cereal, you want to stick it, then you're adding an FFC, you want to stick it to breakfast, lunch, or maybe possibly snack. But if you want it, sometimes I make a Wonder Whip, non-fat or 2% Greek yogurt, cinnamon and stevia. I love it like that. Then you could have for dinner because then you didn't add any FFC. My laptop might die soon, but we have to go soon anyway. How does the lack of sleep and water cause gain? Love this question. Water keeps us full. Water can also, if it's cold water, can also improve our metabolism. Several studies are there to back up the benefits of drinking more water for more weight loss. It helps quiet our hunger hormones, stretch our stomach, and get a sense of fullness. It also gives us great energy and focus to make better food choices. And that's why we always want water first. Sleep is also very similar. Sleep actually helps to quiet our hunger hormones. When someone sleeps a minimum of 7 hours a night, they actually quiet ghrelin, our hunger hormone, and make our hunger hormone in our body less, and actually increase leptin, which is our satisfying hormone, which tells you you're full and you're satisfied. So I really want you guys to track your sleep, because you may notice that when you sleep less, you don't see as great of a weight loss in the next coming days because your hunger hormones are up, it's harder to feel satisfied, and you're low energy. And what happens when you're low energy is, studies also prove this, you tend to reach for higher energy foods. As we all know, the food group that contributes to energy is carbohydrates. So usually when we don't sleep well, we tend to crave more carbs the next day. So really, really be conscious about this. If you're not sleeping well, just make sure you're drinking more water and you're eating more veggies and you're using the More Sure model. And if you pick up anything silly, really make sure you track it, and really make sure that if you do feel like you need carbs for energy, which it really is just like a false sense of energy because your body just really wants rest, make sure that it's higher fiber and lower sugar. So it's not addictive, and it's still giving you that right fuel you need to have good sustained energy and not the quick spikes that can lead to weight gain. Other questions in terms from water. I mean, a lot of people who are watching the videos are making fun of the way I say water. Someone asked, and Amisha asked, when should we stop drinking water? I recommend, you try not to drink any beverages within like an hour of going to sleep, so you're not waking up all night using the bathroom, but you will get, comfortable. Like your bladder will get used to drinking more water. A lot of people are asking, what's coconut oil, MCT oil, ghee? A lot of people are asking, like, what are these? They're fats. They're all fats. And Alyssa, you're asked, like, what's MCT oil, coconut oil? They're fats. They're accessories. They, if they're not listed in the food list, you should just be able to look at the nutrition panel, see that they're pure fats. They have several grams of fat. They don't have any protein or fiber in them. They're absolutely accessories. So you want to be measuring them, tracking them well, and ideally using them to eat more veggies. So coconut oil to like saute up a big stir fry, delicious. Ghee to like saute up some shaved Brussels sprouts, yummy. But certainly accessories are high in fat, really concentrated in calories and fat, and a little bit goes a long way in eating more vegetables. What other questions? How much oil do you use to saute? I really recommend watching the cooking recipe videos. I like to use spray as much as possible. So I really tend to use spray, olive oil spray, coconut oil spray as often as I can. And I usually only use oil in salad dressings and things like that, because I find you can cook a lot of food just using olive oil spray or coconut oil spray. So you're not overdoing it, and it's just enough to get the nonstick and coat the pan without being excessive with it. So I tend to not use like oil to saute at all. And if I do, I try to go 1 teaspoon at a time. So that's really what I recommend, is start with 1 teaspoon and then go from there. And if you use 1 teaspoon of oil to saute and you still want to get the veggies or whatever you're cooking moist, you can also add a splash of broth. And adding a splash of like chicken broth when you're sauteing like a big stir fry or something really helps to like cook everything through without using excess oil. And broth is a nice freebie, and you'll be surprised at how much like broth goes a long way. You can see me using that trick in the bacon and Brussels sprouts recipe. Okay. What other questions? I can't stay long on the live because there's going to be a training on the success group guide, which I really, if you guys are coaching this, I really recommend you follow that training. It's going to be on the Beachbody Facebook page. I think it's the Team Beachbody 411 Facebook page. And so I don't want to take people away from doing that video. Yes, Lara is saying I have to get off because the training for the Success Group Guide is taking place now. I love you guys so much. Consistent breakfast. We spoke about consistent breakfast. We spoke about how to use the scale day to day. We spoke about beach bars. We spoke about water. We spoke about the effects of sleep on weight loss. And have an amazing week. And I'll be back here. I'll be posting in a lot. I love you guys.